Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. It's been a little more than a month since the city of Greensboro stopped accepting glass bottles and jars in the residential recycling program. Residents who want to continue recycling glass may use 6 glass recycling drop-off locations, including the newly opened drop-off sites at First Presbyterian Church at 108 West Fisher Avenue and Glenn McNary Library located at 4860 Lake Jeanette Road. Recycling carts are available at each of the city's glass recycling drop-off sites located at Fire Station 19 on Downwind Road, the Kathleen Clay Edwards Library, McGirt Horton Library, the Medford Service Center, and again, Glenn McNary Library and First Presbyterian Church on West Fisher Avenue. Glass bottles and jars should be empty, clean, and dry. Paper labels do not need to be removed. However, lids, caps, and corks cannot be recycled with the glass and should be placed in the trash. Glass drop-offs at these locations will be combined with glass collected from local bars and restaurants, which will be recycled into new glass bottles and jars. For more information about the changes to the recycling program, visit the city's website. The Greensboro Department of Transportation, or GDOT, has released its 2018-2019 annual report. The report includes planning and construction details about transportation projects, an overview of the Vision Zero Greensboro Action Plan, details about various green initiatives underway, Greensboro Transit Agency news, and other information about the department's activities in the last fiscal year. This marks the last annual report for GDOT Director Adam Fisher, who will retire at the end of the month after serving the city for 32 years. Great strides have been made to further develop a safe multimodal transportation system, and plans have been developed that will sustain the city's transportation system in a manner that conserves our environment long into the future. These accomplishments are the result of GDOT's more than 250 dedicated and committed staff and contracted employees. The review of the annual report for the Greensboro Department of Transportation is available on the city's website. If you've seen trash and debris floating in a stream near your neighborhood and you'd like to do something about it, the Water Resources Department wants to recruit you for the Adopt a Stream program. Currently, there are more than 50 organizations participating in this program, but there are many more sections of waterways that are in need of our community's environmental stewardship. Local streams in Greensboro serve many uses, from stormwater runoff to habitats for aquatic life. Residents can help keep the streams clean by committing to maintaining a segment for a minimum of 2 times a year for a 2-year period. After the first cleanup, a sign with your group's name will be posted at the stream, and members of the team will receive Adopt a Stream car magnets. Also, the name of your group will be added to the city's website. Put your passion for service and the environment to good use. Visit the city's website to register online. Stay tuned for details about the North Carolina Stream Watch program facilitated by Stormwater Smart. This involves testing water quality of neighborhood streams or stream areas of choice. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's news for your health.
Hi, I'm Kate Clark. I'm a nurse practitioner at LeBauer Healthcare at Stony Creek, a member of Cone Health Medical Group. Whether you're having fun in the sun or playing hard in the yard, I have a few safety tips to keep you and your family safe this summer. Let's chat. When it comes to pool safety, there's a few tips I'd like to share with you and your family. Whether you're at the pool, lake, or beach, it's extremely important that you apply sunscreen. I recommend an SPF of 30 to 50. Once you apply, you'll need to apply it and keep it on your skin for at least 15 to 30 minutes prior to exposure to the water or the sun. Once you've applied, you need to ensure that you reapply every 2 hours. We lose a lot of the lotion through our sweat and through the pool when we're in the water. Also, did you know that when you're at the pool, lake, or beach, the light can reflect off the water and cause even more exposure to your skin? Other tips for pool safety. Please ensure that once you're at the pool and you're not in the water, to wear sunglasses for eye protection and also a hat to protect your ears, face, and let's be honest, it just helps you to read a little bit better. When it comes to pool safety, it's extremely important to remember a few tips. It's important to always walk around the pool area. You may not see it, but it could be slippery. Also, make sure that you're not diving into any areas that are not designated for diving. If a lifeguard is not present, please take precautions and ensure that there is a trained adult at the poolside to be available for any assistance that may be needed. Let's talk briefly about heat stroke and heat exhaustion. What is heat stroke? Basically, heat stroke is when your body gets to be too hot. When your body gets too hot, the organs in our bodies try to compensate by becoming faster. Signs and symptoms of heat stroke: fast heart rate, fast breathing, lots of sweating, sometimes confusion. Who's prone to heat stroke? Our elderly population is more prone to heat stroke, especially when working outdoors. People with chronic illnesses like heart disease or neuro diseases are more prone to heat exhaustion. But anybody can get heat exhaustion or heat stroke if you're outside for a prolonged amount of time without proper hydration. If you suspect that someone has heat exhaustion or heat stroke, it's important that you cool them down immediately. Bring them into the shade, spray their body down with water, and fan them. You'll need to take them to the local emergency department as soon as possible. Their body may require IV fluids and rehydration. Did you know that the average male requires about 3 liters of water a day? The average female requires about 2.2. This is before being outdoors or exercising. When you're outdoors for a prolonged amount of time or exercising, it's important that you drink at least about half to another full liter of water. Whether you're working in the garden or hard in the yard, there's a few tips that you should remember. The southeastern part of the United States is endemic for Rocky Mountain spotted fever and Lyme disease. These are caused by ticks. If you notice a tick on your body, then it's important that you take note of it before you pull it off. If it's large, odds are it's been attached to your body for several hours. If it's small, then likely not. Do not feel like you need to bring the tick into the office. However, take good notes about it. When you want to remove the tick, it's important that you take tweezers and slowly pull from the head of the tick off away from your body. Take note of any signs and symptoms, which may be Lyme disease or Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Poison ivy and poison oak, 2 plants that can cause a lot of pain and discomfort that are around our area. Have you ever heard the term, leaves of 3 let 'em be? That's pretty good advice. These plants are green and they have 3 leaves per stem. If you come in contact with these plants, it's important that you wash your skin immediately, take off your clothes, and wash them as well. Now, if you develop a rash, which may likely happen, it's going to be uncomfortable. You'll have a lot of itching. It's very important that you do not scratch and that you apply moist, cold compresses to help prevent itching. You can also use calamine lotion, which can be purchased over the counter. If your rash does not clear up in the next couple of weeks after you notice it, please seek attention from a medical provider. The rash will only spread if you come in contact with the oils of the plant through either a pet or your clothes, which is why it's extremely important to wash your body and your clothes immediately. Thanks for joining me. I hope these tips have been helpful to keep you and your family safe this summer. For more information on summer safety or wellness topics, please visit conehealth.com/wellness. I'm Kate Clark. Thanks again.
The city is looking for developers interested in purchasing and redeveloping an apartment complex using a federal grant. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city of Greensboro is requesting proposals for the sale and development of a 24-unit apartment complex located at 1004 John Demery Drive. This request for proposal includes an option to apply for a low-interest housing rehabilitation loan up to $500,000 using federal Community Development Block Grant funds. Proposals for this project should be directed to the city's Neighborhood Development Department no later than 5 p.m. on Friday, September 6th. For more information, call Valerie Moore at 336-373-4636. The Drama Center of City Arts has named Bags of Skin by playwright Pete Turner the winner of the 2020 New Play Project and Mark Gilbert Award. Bags of Skin is a dark comedy chock full of uncomfortable laughs. In the span of just 3 therapy sessions, who could possibly convince a man born with one hand that a divine being exists? Does a man with dwarfism, a woman with a twisted spine, or another woman whose own DNA is destroying her from the inside have a chance? Or will the one-handed man pull the others into his own dark abyss? Find out in January when Bags of Skin will be produced to kick off the 18th annual Greensboro Fringe Festival. Turner, a Greensboro resident, is an actor, playwright, and children's librarian at the Greensboro Public Library. His list of theatrical productions include The Dillsboro Pickle Queen of 1955, My Brother's Funeral, Christmas Break, and Sniper. Pickle Queen was a finalist in Mockingbird Public Theater's Nest Fest and Barter Theater's Appalachian Plays and Playwrights Festival and received a production at Art Station. The American Academy for Park and Recreation Administration, in partnership with the National Recreation and Parks Association, is pleased to announce the City of Greensboro's Parks and Recreation is a finalist for the 2019 National Gold Medal Awards for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management. Founded in 1965, the Gold Medal Awards program honors communities in the U.S. that demonstrate excellence in parks and recreation through long-range planning, resource management, volunteerism, environmental stewardship, program development, professional development, and agency recognition. Applications are separated into 7 classes, with 5 classes based on population, 1 for Armed Forces Recreation, and 1 class for state park systems awarded on odd-numbered years. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is a finalist in the Class 2 category and is a 3-time gold medal winner, previously honored in 2002, 1987, and 1979. Greensboro joins 3 other finalists in its class competing for Grand Plaque Award honors. These 7 recipients will be announced in September during the NRPA General Session at the 2019 Annual Conference in Baltimore, Maryland. For more information about the Gold Medal Awards, visit the NRPA website. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate local artists, business owners, community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the city is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on the comic genius of Jermaine Exum. Jermaine Exum runs Acme Comics, the Triad's largest and oldest comic book shop and one of the best-known stores in the country. Acme's been nominated 7 times for the Will Eisner Comic Industry Retailer Award, given to the best comic book store in the world. This is awarded at San Diego's Comic-Con. It's the Oscars of the comic industry. Jermaine and other members of the Acme team host a podcast that draws listeners from around the world. The store itself has been featured in more than a half-dozen special edition comic book covers, including most recently the relaunch of the new Archie series. The shop regularly brings big-name artists and writers to town, folks who might not come to a city Greensboro's size. Acme's annual free Comic Book Day event draws thousands of people to locations across Greensboro and High Point, making sure new people get access to comics every year. To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. It's the final countdown for the North Carolina Folk Festival. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what to expect during this 3-day cultural experience. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The North Carolina Folk Festival is embarking on its second year and growing in popularity. If you haven't marked your calendars, it's coming up the first weekend in September. Joining me now to talk about the performers, vendors, and overall experience is Josh Sherrick. He is the city's arts and events superintendent. Hello, Josh. Thank you for joining me.
Carla, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I know you're busy. Your sleeves are rolled up. You've been working hard. You and all the organizers of the North Carolina Folk Festival, just days away. There is an app for that.
There is.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, and it's super easy to find. If you just search, I actually did it on the way over here so I can make sure I can get the right performers and all they're about. If you just search NC Folk Festival on your App Store and Google Play, you will find it. And it's really great because the app actually, not only can you track the performances and all the things going on, but you can actually sign up to receive notifications. And throughout the festival, we will put out little pop-up performances, and it'll notify you and say, "Hey, go to the library for a private little acoustic concert." And so it really does pay to have the app, and it's a really good source. So we do encourage people to have it.
So download the app so you can get in on all the action.
Yeah.
It's nice to get the schedule because you kind of pick where you want to go.
Yep, you can make your own little schedule.
Yeah, the pop-ups I think will be a nice addition.
Yeah.
So speaking of performers, give us a sampling of who we can expect this year.
Sure. Well, once again this year, Arts Greensboro and the North Carolina Folk Festival, they do all the booking, and they have booked an incredible lineup this year. Again, performers and musicians and dancers and storytellers from around the world are going to be here. But a couple of the big ones that we're really excited about this year, the first is Booker T. Jones.
Yeah.
He's a soul and R&B artist. Previously, he was in the group Booker T and the MGs. Worldwide famous. He's going to be here on Friday night at the main stage, closing it down for an hour and a half. So that's going to be a really raucous show. Just great rock and roll. And then on Sunday, we actually have a new act that's from New Orleans called the North Mississippi Allstars, and they sort of do a Cajun vibe. I actually saw them this summer in what was a recruiting visit, but they actually have an amplified washboard that a guy plays, and he puts the pedal on it, the equalizer, and it's the coolest thing you've ever heard. So,
high tech.
and they play on Sunday at the city stage too. So those are two of the highlighted acts, but we have great musicians from all over and a lot of local acts too that'll be here this year. So it's going to be really exciting.
And for first-time goers, the Folk Festival is really known for the cultural experience. It's all types of music and all types of cultural groups that are represented throughout the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, there's no shortage of vendors, so can you give us an idea of what types of vendors are going to be on display?
Sure. Well, traditional festivals, we always have great food, right? So there's about 40 different food vendors of all different cultural backgrounds. So you can find anything from Jamaican to just barbecue to all those. So food is going to be there. If you're hungry, there's going to be enough for you for sure. But on the merchandise vendor side, we have on Elm Street, right next to where the new Performing Arts Center is being built, we have 700 feet of literally North Carolina and the region's best crafters. Anything from just pottery that you can't imagine how long that took to be made, right? And there'll be wood carvings that look like this table, and you're just like, wow, where did this stuff come from? So stuff that is really excellent. I mean, nothing against folks that make little beaded jewelry and whatnot. You won't see a lot of that. You'll see really professional artisans, true artisans and crafters from around this entire region that'll be here. And if you have a little bit of discretionary income, I definitely say pick out that one right item. Maybe you find the perfect Christmas present, maybe you find the perfect birthday present, but there's a ton of stuff from our vendors out here.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that and all the great food.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how vital is it for volunteers to be part of this entire process?
Yeah, this festival was managed essentially by what is probably 6 or 7 people that can be considered maybe full-time. And so we rely on just a fleet of volunteers, almost nearly 1,000 volunteers to make this festival run.
Wow.
And they are doing anything from driving the artist around in the artist vans to what we call the Bucket Brigade, which is a donation thing where we take out buckets and people give stickers for people giving donations, which is just wholesome in the purpose of the event. So we have volunteers doing everything. There are plenty of spots available still. If you just search up North Carolina Folk Festival and /volunteer, you'll be able to find all the volunteer spaces. It's a really easy formula and system. You can sign up right online. We have one meeting beforehand with all the volunteers, celebrate, you get a t-shirt, and then you sign up for one shift. It would be good enough, and you can come out, volunteer, give a little bit back, and then enjoy the festival. But yeah, we'd love to see more people from our community come out and be a part of it.
And there is no shortage of volunteers in Greensboro.
In anything you want to do. Yep.
Exactly. Now, in years past, this event has drawn more than 100,000 people. So naturally, people wonder about parking, particularly downtown when you see the roads blocked off. Is there downtown parking?
There's a ton, and it's one thing that we really focus a lot of energy on and a lot of planning towards. We work with our folks at the public safety sectors, police and the fire, and the transportation department. Our biggest thing is we want people to have unimpeded and easy access to get here. Now, once you get downtown, you may choose to park in a private parking lot, say around the baseball stadium. You may pay a couple dollars there and go support a local nonprofit agency. But if you want to park as close as you possibly can, you can actually park in the city parking decks. Now, there is a fee because you're parking literally in the festival footprint of $10, but it's very reasonable, and we found that people are willing to pay that to be able to be as close as they possibly can to all the events, and to be able to go back to their car and grab a snack or whatever. But there's plenty of parking. We have over, I want to say, 4,500 parking spaces in the downtown, and then we have plenty of other options throughout the region where we shuttle people in from War Memorial Stadium. So there's plenty of parking, and again, all that information is on the website. We do some PSAs through the city to make sure people know, and there's plenty of signage. So just keep your head up and kind of look to where those signs are, and they'll direct you the easiest way to get in to find a very convenient parking spot so you can access the festival quickly and easily.
Okay, well, Josh, thank you for this great overview. We are looking forward to the crowds and, of course, the success of another North Carolina Folk Festival. Thank you for the hard work of your team, all of the Arts Greensboro folks and other organizers, volunteers. It definitely takes a village.
It does, and I appreciate your support too. Everyone in the city is so great, so we're happy to be on the team. Everybody's on the team.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for a little-known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you can't make it, we broadcast the meetings right here on GTN. The meetings held in the council chambers are also streamed live on the city's website. Meetings on the first Tuesday of the month will take place in one of the city's 5 council districts to allow council members to engage more residents. Those meetings will be broadcast the following Saturday at 10 a.m. Meetings on the third Tuesday of the month will continue to take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. To review the council meeting locations, schedule, and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The city of Greensboro is now accepting new and unwrapped school supplies in lieu of parking ticket fines issued during the month of August. Donations must be made within 30 days of the infraction, not including handicap parking violations. A receipt is required since the value of the school supplies must be equal to or greater than the fine. The city will donate the school supplies to the Guilford Education Alliance Teacher Supply Warehouse, which allows teachers to shop for items at no cost up to 4 times a year. Suggested school supply donations include glue sticks, crayons, pencils, erasers, spiral notebooks, dry erase markers, and loose leaf notebook paper. Other items students could use include 3-ring binders, antibacterial wipes, folders, flash drives, construction paper, and scissors. These school supplies must be dropped off at the Parking Enforcement Office located in the main entrance of the Melvin Municipal Office Building at 300 West Washington Street. Donations will not be accepted as payment at the Water Resources Operations Center. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight. But first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Jody. Make some lasting summer memories this weekend with these fun local events. Start your weekend off with Marco Antonio Solis, one of the most celebrated, legendary, and beloved figures in Latin music due to his authenticity, modesty, and his more than 4 decades of uninterrupted career. He'll be performing live at the Greensboro Coliseum on Friday starting at 8 p.m. Hear him perform music from his new album, Más de mis recuerdos, featuring a collection of some of his most famous tracks reinvented for new and younger audiences. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit GreensboroColiseum.com. On Saturday, bring the kids to LeBauer Park, located downtown, for a free Kids Club Zumbini class at 10 a.m. Children 5 and under and their parents can enjoy instructor Liz Trinidad for Zumbini in the Lincoln Financial's Children's Garden and get those little hands and feet moving. This free class takes place every 3rd Saturday of the month. Visit the LeBauer Park Facebook page for additional information on upcoming events. Join us for the 6th installment of Spotlight Sessions, which showcases some of the most amazing singer-songwriters that North Carolina has to offer this Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. at the Carolina Theater. Join host Casey Knoll for this round of Spotlight Sessions and support local artists and hear amazing music being made in our own backyard. For a complete lineup and to purchase tickets for this event, visit carolinatheater.com. If you haven't been to a Music for an Evening in the Park or MUSEP event this summer, this is your last chance. Glenwood Mansion will host the free summer concert event on Sunday starting at 6 p.m. Bring your blanket or lawn chair and a picnic and enjoy the musical stylings of the Wally West Little Big Band, who will play 2 45-minute sets. This is the last MUSEP concert of the summer, so be sure to check it out. To learn more, go to greensboro-nc.gov/MUSEP. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out more about events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Police Department is a North Carolina Smart Fleet Champion. The award was presented at the Sustainable Fleet Technology Conference and Expo in Durham. The awards recognize transportation emission reduction efforts in North Carolina. In 2014, GPD used a grant to purchase 2 electric motorcycles to deploy in the downtown corridor. This year, the police department acquired a similar grant to purchase 2 additional electric motorcycles. These motorcycles provide a faster complement to traditional bike patrols. The e-motorcycles can also be used during festivals and parades. Officers who ride the e-motorcycles must receive specialized training to operate the vehicles. The NC Smart Fleet Awards are presented by the North Carolina Clean Energy Technology Center. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shoutout. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO Shoutout. This week's shout out goes to Griffin Recreation Center and the Central Library. Both facilities set the backdrop for a party atmosphere last weekend. Griffin Recreation Center celebrated its 5th anniversary on August 16th. All ages were welcome to join the fun at this free event. The Recreation Center staff showcased the center's programs, provided free ice cream and cake, and offered sample fitness classes along with giveaway items. Another shout out goes to Central Library for its summer reading finale celebration. Attendees were treated to a performance by cult favorite rock band Harry and the Potters. The band's motto is "It's never too loud to read." This was an opportunity to come dressed as a Harry Potter character while enjoying a little wizardly fun. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.